Did you see Kev on Breakfast Club?
I saw him talking about it. I saw a little clip of it.
What did you think of what you saw?
Well, play it again, so I'm not putting any words in his mouth.
It's a lot of different clips. I don't know what clip this is. What clip is this? I know he posted, this is something. Oh, let me see this. Pause that, Chris. Kevin posted, "We are living in crazy times. Truth no longer matters." Hold on, dude, I can't see it. Truth no longer matters, and it's pretty damn funny. Nobody does research. Everyone just assumes and runs with the narrative of clickbait, even when the proof is right in front of your face. Most will never choose the lazy road of assumption, even when I clearly say that comics are comics, and comics operate on their own. Nobody controls a comedian. Comedians do what they want and how they want. It's that simple. The rules of being a comedian are understood by all comedians. Enjoy your day, live, love, laugh. Oh, this is a clip he posted in reference to people saying that he knew about the jokes beforehand. Yeah.
But even if he did, what is he supposed to do? Say you can't tell that joke?
You can warn somebody.
What I heard is a lot of people reached out to other people. I think Shane said he reached out to Cheryl to make sure she was comfortable.
Cheryl did Shane's podcast after the fact.
Yeah,
you mean beforehand?
Before the roast, he's like, "Are you okay if I joke around about this?" And like, I think comics with a certain amount of camaraderie usually do that. Like, "Hey, is this sensitive for you?" Or, "Hey, do you not want to talk about it?"
I think that's different though, because Cheryl, once again, Cheryl participated in the roast.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, and that's all I was saying. I don't care for the jokes about, Cheryl's husband who committed suicide or Pete's dad, but if they participated in the roast and you ask them if it's fair game and they say yes,
it's like a battle rap. It's like you going into this rap knowing that that person is going to bring up whatever about you.
Yes. But the people who don't have nothing to do with it, the Charlie Kirk, the George Floyds, no, I'm not. It's just unnecessary.
Right.
To me.
Right.
I
mean, do we have this same outrage, in other things where there are jokes made about dead people or shots taken at dead people?
Give me an example.
I don't know. I'm trying to wonder if there's certain songs that we've heard and listened to where there's some heinous things said about the dead, and do we have the same thing where it's like, oh, that was
We don't like that either. You talking about when these kids be like, yo, we smoking on such and such pack. We don't even know these kids and we think that shit is evil.
But is there the same outrage about it? Is there the same displeasure? Is there the same?
Well, I think it's the difference because we don't know.
It kind of feels like it's more like, hey man, it's just freedom of speech and this is their experience and let them have it.
You don't know these people.
I mean, we do.
No, you don't. If these Chicago rappers, and I don't even want to say Chicago rappers because more than Chicago rappers do it, but that was a thing for a minute. I don't hear it at all anymore. But when they were talking about smoking on such and such packs,
right?
We didn't even know these people that they were talking about.
Right.
I didn't. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? But you these are situations that the world witnessed. We watched George Floyd get killed by Derek Chauvin. We watched Charlie Kirk get his head. And this stuff is fresh.
Yeah. People are allowed to feel whatever they feel. That's the big disconnect here is that a lot of times
everybody's allowed to feel what they feel.
You're allowed to let people feel.
Absolutely.
I think what's always tricky is when you start to attribute motivations to the people that are saying the jokes. The goal for the jokes is always to make people laugh. And in this situation, it's going for the edgiest, darkest, wildest thing because that is what a roast is about, has always been about, and what will always be about. There's a reason why it's not just a bunch of clean comics up there telling knock jokes because that's not what a roast is, right?
Tony don't be doing himself no favors though. I saw his reply on his podcast when he was like, "I'm not a Nazi, I'm not racist, but you are black and you are Jewish." What the fuck that got to do?
I think you misconstrued what he was saying.
What did he say?
What he was saying is I was called gay, a Nazi, and a racist by these people.
He said he's none of those things.
And I'm none of those things. Mm-hmm. But when I said these things about these people, I am that. Meaning when you said these things about me, they were all just jokes about me. But when I said these things about you, you think that I mean them as truth.
Because people are really black.
No.
And really Jewish.
For example, jokes about him. So the jokes that were said about him by all the other people on the dais, right? We look at them as not how they actually feel, but just jokes that they were making about him.
Yes.
But then when he said things, people are looking at them as actual truths that he feels.
No, I'm with you, but that's my point. Calling somebody a Nazi or racist is an opinion. calling somebody black and Jewish, if they are black and Jewish, that's a matter of fact. So why is he I'm saying, why is he equivalating the two is what I'm saying.
Right. I think
you know what I mean? Like, why is he comparing people calling him gay, Nazi and racist?
I think it's maybe, and I'd have to like watch the clip to know exactly what he said. But like, I think more what he's trying to say is when these things were said about me, we know that they're jokes coming from these people. But then when I said things about them, it's as if I really mean these things. So why do you get afforded the luxury of joking, but I am serious?
Told him, my boy.
Yeah.
They wasn't joking when they was calling you that shit.
Well, then
that's how they really felt. All right, they was not joking.
So then that's...
We just got in. We're fresh off of Los Angeles live last night. The roast of Kevin Hart was something else, huh? It's the first time I've been called a Nazi multiple times in just a few hours. I guess that's what LA writers' rooms, all these, a lot of mentally ill liberals out there that somehow with all these fucking blacks and Jews and Mexicans around me, I guess I'm a fucking Nazi somehow. I guess the guy that pulls names out of a bucket giving everybody an opportunity is a Nazi. Isn't that something? I was by a bunch of people that have never written anything in their lives, that literally have just been reading cue cards and teleprompters every project they've ever done, with the inability to improvise whatsoever, no opportunity to have their own thought. They just read what the writers wrote for them without any originality whatsoever. And the writers I used to work with, there's a few great writers in that writer's room, and the rest of them are just living in a bubble of mental illness, and it's very exciting. But, I mean, the most of it, you know what I mean? I got called a Nazi, gay, a racist over and over again. I'm none of those three things, a little fun fact. But they are they are fat, ugly, black, and Jewish. Everything I said was real about them, just a reminder.
I don't get that.
You get what he's trying to say.
No. Everything was real about them. Like, I don't understand why, if Nazi, racist,
okay,
bad things. Then he said fat, ugly, black, and Jewish.
I understand what you're saying. I understand like black and Jewish those are not negative things. I think what he's trying to say is when I'm making jokes about them being fat, ugly, black, or Jewish, those things are real. Mm-hmm. So it's Tony's talking. I don't want to speak for him, but I imagine the juxtaposition he's trying to create is all these things said about me are jokes, and we all take them as jokes, and it's fun. But the things that I said, the jokes I said about you guys being fat, ugly, black, or Jewish, are all of a sudden real because it's coming from me. Why am I not afforded the same luxury as them?
It felt to me like he's saying, you called me a Nazi, you called me a racist. Those things aren't true, but you are fat, ugly, black, and Jewish. No, that's what he said.
I think that's how it's being interpreted. But I think what he's trying to say, if you look at the context of the conversation, which is like, hey, you're joking about me, I'm joking about you.
But that's not.
You don't mean the things
you're saying
really
about black me. And really Jewish.
Yeah, I know. I think that's why it's like if he said I made jokes about people being black, Jewish, fat, ugly.
He don't do himself no favors, man.
Fair, but
he's not gay?
No, he's not.
Damn, God damn.
And he's not a racist either.
God damn.
You know what I mean? Like, I know Tony. And he's not.
Hey, man, I don't know. I don't know him. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I don't know him.
But we do know.
But that was crazy, Chris.
But we do know.
That was crazy. That was crazy,
But
Chris.
we do know, Charlamagne, that people say crazy things that are untrue about the both of us on the internet. And they say it for attention, for clout, for clicks, for views.
But we're not trying to make them do that, though. That's the difference. I think it's easier. It's one thing to be misconstrued. It's another to like, he wants that. That's his thing. He's a rage baiter. I think he's a rage baiter. He's a rage baiter. And it's fine. I think he's a rage. You don't say
he's a rage baiter. Yeah. I think he's really good at roasting, and roast jokes are insanely insensitive and dark.
Nah.
I'm always
you can be a good roaster.
I'm always going to defend comedy. That's the thing. Like, I'll defend the jokes that are made about him, but I'm going to defend the jokes that he's making as well.
You don't defend terrible comedy.
But he had the best set of the night, so it's like...
No, he didn't.
He had the best set of the night.
Nah, it was good.
If you're being objective...
it was good. Who
had a better set?
For me, Naeem. and Cheryl Underwood. For me,
Naeem
personally.
crushed it, but nah.
For me, Naeem. For me, it was Naeem and Cheryl Underwood.
Naeem crushed it, and so did Cheryl. But nah.
Naeem and Cheryl was hilarious because I didn't like. I'm just speaking from a comic perspective now. Forget the jokes.
If that George Floyd joke wasn't in his set, the conversation around this is just Tony had.
I don't like the
best
delivery.
set.
I don't like it's too fast. It was too, and it felt like he was reading. It wasn't conversational. It didn't just flow like.
They are reading. It's
no, not
written
Cheryl.
jokes.
Cheryl
was amazing.
That's what I'm saying. Shane said that Shane was like Cheryl was going on prompt.
Yeah,
you know
Shane was amazing.
And then Cheryl was so fucking funny.
Yeah, that was.
She did a completely different thing in the rehearsal. We did a rehearsal.
That's
like a couple hours before the show, and she just made up what she was going to talk about then too. She made up the whole thing. It was great.
That's insane.
Yeah,
she might be queen of snapping then.
She's the queen of snap.
I really think so. Going ad lib on that on TV is really kind of insane.
But I will say, when I was sitting up there and they were like, "If you say the N-word, we'll all beat your ass," I was like, "I'm not going to say it."
Yeah, what the hell?
What the hell is this joke? I wasn't going to say it.
That might have been a preloaded.
No, because it was off of me saying Wigger Dracula.
Oh,
yeah.
Got you.
But then I watched, Earthquake stand up like, yeah. I'm like, no, Earthquake. Don't beat my ass.
She even said that one
Cheryl was
time.
amazing,
She hit that one joke about Kevin when she was like, me and Kevin fucked one time, and Kevin got stuck in my pussy, so I took a string and threw it up there and pulled him out like a tampon. Everybody died, and she goes, that wasn't in the prompt?
Yeah.
That wasn't in the prompt. Like, that's, like, I don't know, her delivery was just, it was more comedy to me.
Everybody's allowed to
Yeah.
like the things that they like, for sure.